All right, John the Body Johnson, joined by my boss, the consultant, Mr. Jonathan Feltner.
You know that I would never do that to you.
Well, you know, hey, I call it like I see it, man. You're our consultant now, but I mean, what we just saw happen to Rick Page, we're going to wish him the best of luck, best wishes. We'll get an update on him on our social media, but right now, two guys who just do not like each other. There's something personal here. Jaden Vane and Stevie Ray Frost.
Yeah, I think that I'm trying to kind of regain my composure from having to, suspend Pat Roach, so you got to forgive me. I'm not going to be on my commentating game, but as far as these two are concerned, since we've only, in the 3 short weeks that we've been a company, these two have just had targets on each other's backs. They've had just something locked in. There's a lot of history between these two, and I feel like with us barreling down the pathway to our first Super Show on October the 13th, Fighterweb, where it was announced that a multi-man gauntlet will take place and we will crown the first ever SCA champion. These two right here, I think this right here is more about establishing which one of these racehorses is going to be closer to the finish line. Both of these men, they want to make that history. They want to be the first ever SCA champion. So I feel like this right here is going to go a long way in determining who's closer.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really anybody's race. When you compare it to two racehorses, it's really anybody's race. And right now, Stevie Ray Frost, the veteran here, takes the young Jaden Vane, and right there, a little shove off. And Jonathan, we talk about professional wrestling and we talk about rivalries, but there's something more to this than what is on the surface. And right now, oh, wait a minute.
They don't want to get disqualified either. I mean, we've seen these individuals. They were in a tag match with their counterparts a few weeks ago that went to a count-out finish. I mean, I don't think there's been a definitive winner between these two since they've been in any kind of competition since the inception of this company. It's always been there's so much bad blood, so much animosity there. There hasn't been a clean victory to any match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and you're definitely right. I mean, and then also right there what we saw is,
oh my gosh, what a shoulder tackle!
Yeah, but just before that, uncharacteristic of Jaden Vane, taking the hair of Frost to gain that side headlock advantage, and right now, Jaden Vane just staring down Frost, and Frost slowing down the tempo in this one.
Well, Jaden Vane is a young up-and-comer, but the pedigree is there for him to go to a different place, a darker place, where he is not afraid to cheat. I think that the way that him and Frost, and you see the kick to the gut there by Frost, there's a different level of hatred there. I don't even think it's professional hatred. I think they just don't like each other.
Yeah, and right there you see the shoulder tackle takedown. Oh, and a slap to the back of the head.
That is just pure disrespect.
Ooh.
Jaden, good grief.
Oh.
Just laying the leather shot after shot.
Oh.
Well,
it's almost uncomfortable to watch.
Really, it's not really. This is not a wrestling match. This is a fight. This is a controlled brawl, is what this is.
Yeah, I don't know how much control we're going to have over it if it keeps going like this, but man, I tell you.
Of course, my not on the job wouldn't be without crazy chaos.
Yeah, I think that just comes with the territory here in the Royston Dome. Stevie Ray Frost goes outside the ring.
He's having to regain his composure, and I'm not trying to pin any roses on my nose or say that I am an important person, but tonight I had to effectively end a near 2-year friendship and partnership with Stevie Ray Frost, and I know that's probably weighing on his mind a little bit. He's probably a little bit ticked about that, and it wasn't what I would say professionally. It wasn't a hard decision, but personally, having to squash that, you've been in this business 20-plus years. You know whenever you have friends that you've ridden down the road with, and oh my God in heaven! Did you hear that slap?
Oh, I think the people over in Cannon heard that slap.
But oh my gosh! But back to that, you've been in this business with friends and having to end friendships. It's a painful process.
It's very painful.
It hurts because when you're and I meant what I said. It's family, but right there, Jaden. No brotherhood in this ring. My gosh, you see the red.
Oh, we haven't even got to Halloween yet. They're lighting each other up like Christmas trees.
Oh.
And Frost just moved out of the way. And
that was, okay. I'm sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, hey. And right now, a little bit more viciousness.
Let's at least keep it PG.
My goodness.
They need to kind of calm down because the way they're going, neither one of them will be worth anything on October the 13th, which is a Friday the 13th, mind you. Good grief.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting to see what this fighter web is. I mean, like this gauntlet.
It's a new concept. It's a spider web, fighter web. The panel of investors sat down, and I was able to be in those meetings, and we wanted to come up with a new concept, new company, new concept to crown the first ever champion, and we decided it's going to be a gauntlet. It's going to be, almost like, I think 2 men start, and then whichever one survives in intervals, they come down, and then it just does that until everyone that's drew a number has went through the gauntlet, and then the last 2, that'll be who decides who the first champion is.
All right, so it's just me and you here. Nobody else is listening.
Okay. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening.
Okay.
Who's in this thing?
I can't divulge all the details, but there's going to be some tricks as well as some treats for SCA and Fighter Web.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down, but nobody else is listening. I mean, you can tell me.
We can text. We can text. Do you want to be in it?
Why not?
You've tussled a little bit in your day, haven't you?
I have.
There's been a light tussle here and there, and that's exactly what we have. We have more of a heavy tussle.
Oh,
Frost is just a brawler, and Jaden, as young as he is taking everything that Frost has given to him right now. So you've got to commend the young Vane.
Yeah, definitely got to commend him for this one. And the thing is, you take a look at Frost. This is a guy 3 or 4 years ago I hate to put it this way, but wasn't really as serious. He was more of a joke than anything. I mean, he was just kind of a sideshow, and that all went away, and we have this now.
And that's one of the things that I can take from our partnership. I was able to see that evolution from Frost, the lighthearted, jovial act of the show, to being a man who I watched him on that apron, on that floor, street fights. There are still clothes at my home that are stained with his blood.
That's amazing.
Like, literally, I have been able to I've seen the evolution of Frost. And look at Vane. Look at Jaden Vane just smiling. And right now we're seeing the evolution of Jaden Vane. He's a little pissed.
Yeah, I mean, look at those right hands.
Oh my. Oh.
With that elbow right across the bridge of the nose.
Good night, man. Now we're going to have to start wondering about these guys' safety. I mean, I've got interest to uphold. We can't be killing each other.
Well, and I mean, you talk about I've been in this business for 20-plus years. There's codes. And right now those codes are being broken.
There are no. I think that with every minute that passes in this match, they're not worried about if either one of them is going to be able to walk out of here. They're just worried about hurting the guy that's standing across the ring from them.
And that's a scary, scary situation. But right now,
already we're 3 weeks into SCA, and we've already got one of the hottest rivalries that I've seen in the better part of a year.
Yeah,
any promotion. These guys just do not like each other.
But I tell you, somebody who does. The Royston Dome right now cheering on Jaden Vane, trying to will him on, trying to get him back up.
We do appreciate our fine fans here in Royston for coming and being a part of this with us in Royston Dome. We're glad to be here, glad that if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that. We're here every Friday night, 8 o'clock bell time.
Yep.
$10 tickets for adults, 5 for kids, 5 to 10. We got pizza, we've got drinks, you get to look at my ugly mug.
And in a couple of weeks, we're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs here.
Actually, next week.
Next week
we're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs, and we're going to be – the month of October is going to be something that's unprecedented in this area. We're going to have an entire month devoted to Halloween. Every week is going to have something new in October.
And right now –
oh gosh! And right now, the first week of October may be a dentist appointment for Stevie Ray Frost. Did you hear that kick?
Oh,
sweet
man.
Lord.
I don't know how many more teeth Stevie Ray Frost may have. He may look like a jack-o'-lantern by the time all this is done.
There'll be a couple missing in the front there. Ooh.
And right now,
it's a little rough, but I don't know.
Jaden Vane looks like he may be a little frustrated.
Good shot. Clothesline after clothesline. Oh, man. Beautiful kick. He is literally up. Frost headed him off.
Smashing the head there into the top turnbuckle. And I'm going to tell you, I think both these men know that you're sitting here at ringside because they are trying to definitely make a case for being entrants into that fighter web.
Well, those announcements will probably start next week as far as who is going to be in that fighter web. And like I said, I can't divulge all of the inner workings and the participants, but
big headbutt just took Stevie Ray Frost, drops the elbow.
I can promise you that it's going to be a very, very special night.
That's going to be all she wrote right there.
Able to kick out at 2 3/4, literally 2 3/4. Here comes Frost is having to regain his composure a little bit. I mean, he's probably still feeling the effects of that vicious super kick.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and we can see that Jaden's in the ring.
His whole body is red. And here's Caleb. What's he doing? We've seen this a few times. We've seen this